Hey, y'all. Welcome to Sunshine Haze. I'm Aja A. And as you see tarot cards on your screen, you know that it is time for a new moon tarot forecast. This time around, it is for the Cancer lunar season. Shout out to my Cancers, especially my Cancer moons. Gang, gang, gang. And my Cancer suns, because also gang, gang, gang. But, yeah, so we are talking about mid-July to mid-August. If any of your signs are like Cancer or Leo, which I'm so ashamed because I'm a Cancer myself, but I think I was saying July. I think I was saying June to July in those videos, and it's not because I just didn't know. I don't know why I was saying that, but it is mid-July to mid-August, the lunar season that we are talking about, okay? Go on and get started shuffling with you guys. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Cancer lunar season, check out my video on it. I have a new moon in Cancer and partial solar eclipse, I believe it is. I'm sorry, yeah, partial solar eclipse. Yeah, I should know that. Anyways, go on and check that out. Get you some info on what's actually going down generally based off of this cosmic energy. And this reading can give you a little bit more in depth into what's going to be going down for you and your sign. So this video is for my fellow Pisces, not fellow Pisces, my fellow water sisters and brothers. I actually don't have any Pisces in my chart. I don't have any Pisces or any Gemini. I think those are the only two signs that I don't have in my chart. Look, my deck is like, okay, bitch, nobody cares. Shuffle the cards, read the cards for the people. All right, I'll take that. I will take that. Just shuffle y'all's cards. Anyways, excuse me. This video is for Pisces, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Rising. So if you don't feel like what I'm saying is, wait a minute, I got tongue. I just lost my whole life there. If you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, go on and check out your moon or rising sign. If what I'm saying isn't resonating with you, this video is not for you. So click that little playlist down there. I've got all of the videos for this lunar cycle, all the tarot forecasts in that video. I also have summer solstice tarot forecast up too, and that is for June through September. So check those out as well. I haven't really advertised those because I wanted to get the Cancer videos up, but you guys should check those out as well, giving you some insight into the summer energies for your sign. All right, y'all. Gonna shuffle these talking about Pisces. It was gonna be going down for Pisces during the Cancer lunar cycle, talking mid-July to mid-August. Cancer lunar season. Say what is in store for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising during this time. And I'm gonna be doing just my regular 5-card spread. Gonna be looking at the energy, crossing energies for you Pisces. So we're dealing with Cancer, gonna be looking at what needs to be nourished and what needs to be healed emotionally. And then as always, a little soul message for you guys on the bottom, okay? Let's see what's popping off for y'all Pisces. Thinking about y'all's Gemini, new moon and Gemini reading, and I think were y'all the ones that were like phasing out of some shit? Were y'all the ones that was dumping y'all's girlfriends and boyfriends? I don't know, Pisces. We gonna see. All right, let's go on and cut the deck for you guys. And then once more. Ooh. All right, what's poppin'? Okay. Got 2 court cards. Ooh. Pisces. I don't know why, but I associate the 7 of Cups with y'all. I always, whenever I see that card, I'm like, oh, that's the Pisces card. Okay. All right, y'all. So what do we got here? Is that the Father of Swords? That is the Father of Swords. I have the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, so my court cards are family members. But that is just the King of Swords, nothing too crazy, just so y'all know. You got the Father of Swords, coming up for y'all in the position of the energy for you guys during this time. And so 2 things there. So first and foremost, because we are dealing with a court card, court cards typically oftentimes tend to point to people in our lives. So if we are talking about a person, and this is coming up in the energy position, this is saying that this person could be very prominent for you during this time, or this could be somebody that you need to be around and pick up some energy from, or somebody that could be causing, it just depending on what is coming out, this could be somebody that is just very important for you during this time. And now the Father of Swords, if we are talking about a person, Pisces, we're looking at somebody with a lot of air in their charts. Could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a, excuse me, a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. Typically older male, because we're talking about the Father of Swords. Doesn't have to be a male, but typically older male. And talking about somebody who has a more mature, more reserved energy. Now, the Father of Swords, if we're talking about a person, this is somebody that has the gift of perception. They give off the energy of always knowing, of having the clarity and knowing what's going down and understanding just everything. They are people that you probably look to as mentors, philosophers, when I think of the Father of Swords. This is also somebody that is emotionally detached, very responsible, very fair. If this is a person, this is just somebody that's going to be very prominent for you during this time, somebody that you could pick up on some energy from. And what I'm thinking, especially because if we're not talking about a person, then this is just the energy for you. This is saying, Pisces, that you either need to tap into, or the energy that is going to be coming up for you during this time is that of the Father of Swords. And the swords is connected to the air element, so that's all about perspective. As I said, gift of perception. That's all about perspective. That's all about our mental space. That's all about the way that we view the world and our intellect, our logic. So that coming up in that position, Pisces, is kind of a good card for you guys. I joke around about Pisces. I joke around about all the water signs because I'm a water sign myself through and through with some earth sprinkled in there. I'm actually half water, half earth for the most part, but Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Venus, you know. Water signs, we tend to sometimes operate a little bit too much in our water, and as a Pisces, you guys are the fish with two tails tied together. So when you're really operating within that water and you've got those, you know, those different ideas or those different things that you're invested in and you're trying to go in all these different ways, it can cause a little bit of chaos for you. So this Father of Swords coming up in this position is saying, hey, Pisces, during this lunar cycle in Cancer, although this is a water moon, which is interesting that you're getting into this air energy during this water moon, this is saying, hey, Pisces, you've got a lot going on, but during this time, you're going to come into a point to where you're going to gain some clarity and understand exactly where you need to be aiming for. What part of the stream do you really need to be swimming down? Why are your tails tied together? And how can you make, you know, two little fish trying to go in opposite directions work for you, if that makes sense? Sorry, y'all. There we go. The Father of Swords is not a bad energy. It is kind of an intense energy, and it's not the most, I don't want to say it's a negative energy, but it's not the most like vibrant. It's not the most positive, Pisces. There may be something going on in your life right now that you don't have clarity about. Whatever is going down during this lunar cycle in Cancer, you're going to gain that clarity. I will say that. This, as I said earlier, about being detached emotionally, as you are water and you operate within water, you operate within your heart chakra. Well, Pisces operates within their third eye chakra. Is really how anyways, that's for another video, another time, another conversation. Y'all know I could talk for days. This is also coming up to say, Pisces, whatever you've got going on, especially if you are really lending that Pisces, the tails tied together energy to it, this is saying you're going to have to come into a place, and whether you want to or not, this energy is coming up for you during this time. Going to have to come into a place to where you can remove your emotions and your emotional attachment from whatever that is, because you're not actually going to be able to make moves or to be able to do anything logically if you don't have a little bit of intellect behind it, if you haven't thought about it in the least and you're really just leading your movements with your heart, okay? Now, the card that you've got coming up in the position of what could be crossing you during this time is the Mother of Wands, which is interesting. We've got the opposite gender, but y'all's compatible element. So very interesting that these energies are working against each other, or really the Mother of Wands is working against the Father of Swords during this time. Again, talking about court cards, we could be talking about a person. So older woman, doesn't have to be an older woman, but a more kind of reserved energy, more mature energy. Most likely somebody who is a fire sign or with a lot of fire placements in their chart, or a lot of fire characteristics. So Aries, Sag, Leo. This energy, the Mother of Wands, could be crossing you coming into some sort of clarity. Or if we're talking about people, the advice you're getting from the Father of Swords could be clashing with whatever the Mother of Wands is telling you or wanting you to do. Mother of Wands is the Queen of Wands. And this card, it has an energy of, it's a very protective energy. And it is a very graceful card. It's a beautiful card. And this card is also pointing to somebody who's been through a lot and has overcome those things. So what I get from this, Pisces, is if we're talking about people, it's almost like you've got the angel and the devil, the good guy and the bad guy on your shoulders. You've got one that's like, okay, this is the way to do it. This is how it's supposed to be done. And then you've got the other who is like, nah, I just want you to make sure that you're good, so do it like this. And they may not really be giving you the best advice in regards to you. I said this in another one of these videos. It said people give advice from a place of experience. And they oftentimes, more often than not, do intend well with their advice, but not everybody's advice is going to be for you, because some people's lives and situations you just cannot relate to, and they can't relate to you, and they just can't understand. So it seems like that is what's going to be going on with the Mother of Wands if we're talking about people, is somebody who has the best intentions for you, but one, they don't come across in the right way, and then two, they just don't fall into alignment with what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're feeling. And in turn, that energy is going to be kind of stopping you or slowing you down from tapping into that clarity or picking up the energy that you need to pick up from whoever that Father of Swords is, okay? And now if we're not talking about a person, the energy that could be crossing your clarity, because we're talking about a fire energy, you may just have a little bit too much passion connected to the things that you want to do or the things that you've done. And you may also be feeling like, I put too much into whatever it is, or I went through so much behind this that I don't want to sit here and think about what it really is. You know what I'm saying? So those could be the energies crossing you during this time, Pisces. Just keep that in mind. What I will say, you guys are the water sign. You guys are our third eye sign. You guys are ruled by Neptune, and sometimes Neptune deals with illusion. You've got a card of illusion in your spread too. I will say that you do have an illusion card in here, so be very mindful, Pisces, to not operate too much within your imagination, and just understand that certain things, there's a saying, they say when people show you their true colors, like, why would you not, that's not the saying, but like when someone shows you who they really are, why would you not believe them? So if we're talking about people, or if we're talking about a situation, if you see the truth in something, even if it's not what you want it to be, why would you not believe it? And that's kind of what the energy is telling me that it's going to be. That's kind of what these cards are telling me that the energy is going to be for you guys during this time, Pisces, is a little bit of a denial or a rejection of reality, if that makes sense. Now, moving on into the next card, we've got the Justice. The next position, we've got the Justice card. Right off bat, I forgot briefly what this position was, and the first thing I said is the karmic card. The Justice card, whenever I see the Justice card, it has to do with karma. When this card comes up, it's telling me that whatever is going down is most likely attached to some sort of karmic situation. Because we are in the Cancer lunar cycle, we could be talking about ancestral karma, we could be talking about generational karma. You've got the father and the mother, so I don't think that this is a romantic thing. I do think that we are in Cancer lunar season. This has something to do with some sort of healing, some sort of energy that you're picking up on from the Father of Swords, and some sort of energy that you're picking up from the Mother of Wands. The Justice card being in that position is a confirmation that, okay, this stuff is going down because it is time for you to shift your perspective, but you're not going to be able to do that without this challenge for some reason. That's very weird, but I don't know. The Mother of Wands is an energy that has to come into you, because it's almost like the Mother of Wands is going to show you what not to do or how not to continue along, if that makes sense, even though their intentions may be very, very well. The Justice card is in the position of what needs to be nurtured. And so that's interesting coming up in that position, because with the Justice card, it's kind of just like, you know, well, whatever is going to happen is going to happen because it's supposed to. But what I will say about this is a card of karma. So, Pisces, the only message that I really, really have for that is whatever you do affects what's coming next. Every action has an equal reaction or an equal consequence. Anything that you have going on. So Pisces, I think this is a card of choices. You've got the Seven of Cups over here too, which is another card of choices for me. I think the message here for you, Pisces, is to be very mindful about the energies that you're tapping into. It's almost like a fork in the road. You have a path to decide, and whichever path you choose is really going to lay things out for you. So whichever energy you decide to tap into, and this spread is telling you the one that you need to tap into, but if you for some reason decide you want to just take your little ass to the Mother of Wands and, you know, just operate in that fiery, not really giving too much logic to what's going on, understand that is going to have a consequence, and life may not turn out the way that you want it to. Now, you're supposed to be tapping into the Father of Swords. If you go down that path, that's saying that you're going to gain some clarity. And because you have the Seven of Cups in your spread, I wouldn't even fuck around with the Mother, not to say like I don't talk to her, but like I wouldn't even be entertaining that option. Because the Father of Swords is going to help you gain the clarity that the Seven of Cups is not ever going to bring you. You know what I mean? Okay. So the Justice card, just be very mindful of the way that you're making moves, and understand that every single move that you make does have a very significant effect on your future. Okay, Pisces? Now, moving into the next card, you've got the Seven of Cups. We talked about that. Now, the Seven of Cups sometimes is an all shit card, but this is in the position of emotional healing, what needs to be healed. This is a card of things are not as they seem, things are kind of topsy-turvy, things are upside down. But this is a card of choices. The main message, all of that I just said is true for the Seven of Cups, but I pick up on the card of choices for this spread, because you have Justice in here, and then you have these two choices in the middle. What needs to be healed are your choices. And so what that card tells me, because we are talking about the Cups suit, the water element, is telling me that Pisces sometimes, or oftentimes, with this Cup card coming up and things not being as they seem, you tend to make choices based out of your emotions, based off of your heart. And when we operate out of our hearts, things are not always as they seem. I'm always want to say, no, don't tell people not to act on their emotions, because I'm water myself. But sometimes when you're only operating out of that heart chakra, when you're making moves out of your heart chakra without involving your crown, it can cause a little bit of confusion. It can cause a little bit of chaos. It can make it to where, things seem upside down and right side up, but they're not the way that they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So Pisces, this is in the position of what needs to be healed. Emotional healing. You have choices. Your emotional healing is actually going to come from picking one of these choices. You're not going to get much of it done tapping into the Mother of Wands. You're not going to know what to heal if you don't tap into that Father of Swords energy, okay, Pisces? And it's as simple as that. There's not much else for me to say about that card, but the only way that you can heal is to make the right choice. We all have free will. I don't like to say make the right choice, because oftentimes I don't feel that there is a right choice, in all honesty. But in certain situations, there is a better choice. The better choice here is to tap into the Father of Swords energy, because it's time for you to shift your perspective. It's time for you to start being mindful of the things that you do and the things that you're putting out into the world. And by not tapping into the energy that you need to tap into, which is air energy, you're not going to be able to make the correct choices, and in turn not going to even be able to tap into this card on the bottom. And so I'm going to just segue into that. You've got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of your spread, which is in the position of your soul message. And the Six of Pentacles is a card of growth. So what I want to say about that card to you, Pisces, is this is a water moon. This is a healing moon. You guys are very spiritual. You guys are a psychic sign. You guys are very in tune with your emotions, ruled by Neptune, but you're under the moon right now. You're in all this water, right? And the moon's at home, and it's starting its new lunar year. You know, all this stuff is going on. Pisces, you can't start building, and this is a Pentacles card, so we're talking about foundations. We're talking about, you know, career. We're talking sometimes relationships. We're talking about money. Okay, you cannot start building upon success without tapping into this Father of Swords. And it's time. This is saying, like, it's actually time for you to start building upon success, Pisces. It's time for you to start planting these seeds and cultivating these seeds. But you're not going to be able to do any of that if you don't have the clarity on the things that you need to do or the things that you need to heal. And this Justice card is coming up saying, hey, it is time for you to do that, okay, Pisces? The six of Pentacles is a good card. It's a card of budding. It's a card of growth. It's a card of, okay, you do have the ability to plant seeds. You do have the ability to make things happen. But like I said, can't make shit happen if you're not doing the work that needs to be done beforehand. All right, Pisces? Okay, y'all. I hope this video resonated with you a little bit. Or a lot of it, actually. I hope this video resonated with you a lot of it. I hope it actually provided you with some insight and can help you out during this lunar cycle in Cancer. I know this is an interesting one. It's a tough one for some people. I think Aquarius and Libra. Oh, I don't know why the air signs. Maybe the air signs are getting it kind of rough. But yeah, Pisces, I hope this resonated with you. I hope that it provides you some insight. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a personal reading, go on and check out my Etsy shop. If you don't see anything on there that you feel like can answer your questions or whatever, go on and just shoot me an email. We can set something up that way. If you like this video, go on and hit the thumbs up button for me down below. If you have any questions or comments, drop them. I check my channel pretty frequently, and I'll respond to you within a couple days as long as it's not anything too crazy. If you have any Pisces friends or know any people cross-watching for their Pisces boos, go on and send them this video. You guys share my videos a lot, and it actually contributes a lot to the growth on my channel, so I appreciate y'all for that. What else? Like, comment, subscribe. If you are still listening to me talk, go on and hit that little subscribe button so you can keep up when I put out more videos of me talking. I think that's it. I plugged all my videos in the beginning. Just check out all the links that I have down in the description box. It's a lot of shit going on, and I just don't want to say all that again. But it's written down, and y'all could just click on the links and go listen to them or go watch them or whatever you want to do. However y'all be watching my videos. I don't know if y'all actually watch the cards or if y'all just put your earphones in. I don't know. It don't matter. As long as you're watching it, I appreciate you. All right, Pisces, I think that is it. I think that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all next time.